Imagine a castle rising from the rolling hills of Aberdeenshire, its pink Harold walls glowing in the morning light, turrets reaching skywards, balconies and gables decorating each level. A castle so elegant, so fairy-tale-like, that many believe Walt Disney borrowed its shape for Cinderella's home. This is Craigievar Castle, a place where stone whispers of merchants, lairds, artistry, feuds and time itself. Long before the Forbes name, the land belonged to the Mortimer family. The Mortimers held Craigievar since at least the 14th century. Between about 1575 and 1595, the Mortimers built the original Tower House, a simpler L-plan building, strong, defensive and solid. The lower levels were plain, the upper levels modest. The Mortimers' Craigievar was a bastion, a home, an assertion of family and land. But something changed. And not just in the architecture. Enter William Forbes of Many, younger brother of Bishop Patrick Forbes of Aberdeen. Forbes made his fortune not from land at first, but from trade. Timber and goods sent across the Baltic, coming and going on ships. His mind full of commerce, his coffers full of promise. In 1610, William bought Craigievar from the Mortimers. The original tower house was partly built but bare of ornamentation, lacking the flourish it would later display. Between 1610 and about 1626, William Forbes set about transforming Craigievar. He raised the height of the building, added 2 extra floors above the original structure, introduced corbelled battlements, turrets, small towers, decorative dormer windows, and cast the castle's iconic silhouette against the Aberdeenshire sky. He wanted beauty, show, the statement of wealth well earned. Inside he spared no detail. Plaster ceilings of exquisite moulding, fine wood panelling, grand fireplaces, the great hall with its fireplace bearing the royal arms. For over 300 years the Forbes family would live here, generation after generation, making Craigievar not just a showpiece, but a home. They merged by marriage with the title of Lord Sempill, joined baronetcies, nurtured estates. Some lairds repaired the castle's roof, updated parts of the buildings. One later laird, Sir John Forbes, in the early 19th century, considered demolishing parts of the tower because it was in decay. But architects advised against it. Instead, repairs were made. One intriguing detail of daily life: when the Forbes family finally gave the castle over to the National Trust for Scotland in 1963, they insisted that certain conditions remain. One of them was that the upper floors would never be fitted with artificial light. This means that visitors to those rooms see them lit only by natural daylight, just as people centuries before would have done. By the 20th century, maintaining Craigievar was costly. Death duties, inheritance taxes, mounted. In 1963, the then Lord William, 10th Baronet of Craigievar, and 19th Lord Sempill agreed to sell the estate to the National Trust for Scotland, following which the Trust assumed care, including the castle, its contents, and the surrounding land. Since then, Craigievar has been preserved with extraordinary fidelity. In 2008-9, the castle exterior was re-harled, that is, recoated with a traditional lime-based protective plaster to restore its original pink shade, part of a project affectionately known as Pink Again. Inside, many original fittings, furniture, plaster ceilings, portraits, including by the celebrated Scottish painter Henry Raeburn, remain. The structure, interior layout, many details are preserved so that a visitor today may experience something close to life in Craigievar 300 years ago. Every old castle has its tales. Craigievar is no exception. There are stories of secret staircases, rooms with creaking floors, small servants' passages, corridors where echoes of footsteps are said to linger. Dark nights in upper floors, candlelight flickering. Because no electricity is used above the ground floor, by the former owner's stipulation, the upper rooms retain an atmosphere both intimate and slightly haunted. Craigievar is more than a pretty castle. It is a remarkable survival of the Scottish Baronial style, virtually unchanged externally since the early 17th century. It shows how architecture, society, history, trade and family all interplay. It tells us about merchants who became landowners, about the importance of status and beauty in architecture, about how families adjust and sometimes struggle with inheritance, maintenance, changing times. The castle and its contents remain mostly authentic. Furniture, portraits, decorative arts, woodwork, plaster ceilings, all preserved. And the land around it, gardens, woodland, helps one appreciate the place as it would have been. Part home, part statement, part symbol. If you walk through Craigievar today, feel the rough stone underfoot, hear the creak of timber, see the light shifting across wood panels and selling mouldings, you are walking into the past. You are stepping into the life of William Forbes with his dreams of trade, wealth and beauty. Into generations of Forbes who lived and died here, into an age of knights, of portraits, of candlelight above great fireplaces. Craigievar Castle stands still yet alive, fairytale in its silhouette, honest in its fabric, timeless in its spirit. Thank you for joining me on this journey through Craigievar's stones and stories. If you ever find yourself in Aberdeenshire, come see with your own eyes. The light, the pink walls, the whisper of history. Until then, may your own paths be filled with wonder.